What's going on, fans? I am happy to tell y'all that it is the final episode of season 3. And I first just want to give a shout out to every fan that I've had from season 1, from season 2, and for those of y'all that got on at season 3. I'm happy to have you guys on board, riding this road with me, because even I don't know where it's going to go and you guys know even less. So for y'all to follow me, to, give me good notoriety, good publicity, I'm thankful to all of you. I'm hoping that my subscriber count goes up even higher come season 4. There's a lot of changes that are coming, and I'm happy to say that new topics are going to be available. So at the end of the video, I will, leave it off with a sneak peek into season 4, something that's already been set up, so you can know what to look forward to. So let's go ahead and get this video started. What's going on, everybody? This is your favorite YouTuber, your favorite future professor, your favorite teacher, your favorite doctoral student, Verdi L. Coleman III. I gotta tell y'all, man, I'm happy about the changes that are coming, the upgrades that are about to basically soar in my life, and shout out to two of my best friends, Dr. Watson and Kylo Ren. You already know about Dr. Watson a little bit, but you don't know much about Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren, he's one of those dudes that he's hilariously funny, and he's responsible for one of my nicknames, Silver Tongue. These two in particular, they brought the subject of why you shouldn't date your coworker to me, and I think they were most appropriate to bring this subject to me because they've had experiences that I've saw in my journey, and I was like, yeah, they would be perfect for this. If I ever do like a podcast, I'm definitely going to bring these guys on. So I want to keep it down to 3. First of all, the topic is going to be why you don't date your coworkers. And I want to keep it down to 3 just so it can be, pretty solid, pretty, good field. And the first of the reasons is that it's just not good policy. Now, for those of y'all that don't know or have not been in corporate America, fraternization is what the term is called. It basically means that you are engaging in intimate activities with a coworker, and that is one of the things that you should not do. They have it written out in most company policies. In some other areas, it's basically just understood that you don't want to do that. They don't tell you that it's illegal, but they hope that you wouldn't. And so, granted, there are different industries out there that have laid it out, but let's just go ahead and give you a good scenario. Imagine if you were in a situation and you wanted to talk to somebody, but they work in the same place as you, and your company has a strict no fraternization policy. Do you realize that that actually is extended to outside the company as well? Yeah. So basically, if you look at somebody at work, you got one or two options. You can either bury it, or you can find you a better job for this particular person, or you can either get fired. But my thing is, why put yourself in that situation to get fired when you know, or even put that other person in a situation to get fired when you know that, okay, it might not work out. So that leads up to number 2. So the second reason why you don't want to date your coworker is that you don't want to bring home the work. It's one thing to bring work home when you're single. Nobody else is dealing with it, and it's pretty much to yourself. But if you're dating somebody, that work follows home with you, and your relationship problems come to work with you. And it makes things awkward sometimes because shade can be thrown, and everybody out there would be like, oh, must be trouble in paradise. And that's how rumors get spread around. That's how That's how a mess gets started, a whole bunch of different things, and it creates a level of awkwardness between you and the people that are working for you. So it's just, you don't want to be, you just don't want to get caught up like that. That's just something that you don't want to do. The third major reason is the aftermath. The aftermath is always the worst. Like, for example, if you broke up with somebody, you have to basically see them every day, especially if their office is in the same path as where you are. Like, for example, if you're sitting in your office, that person has to come by your office in order to see you. Like, dang, she gotta walk through here every day. Can she take another way? No, you got the corner office, or you got the office in the middle of nowhere. And so it's always the aftermath. The aftermath is never good. Now, this is not to say that dating your coworker is always bad. There are some situations where dating your coworker has turned out wonderful. If you watch a few Hallmark movies, as I'm going to be doing when Thanksgiving comes around, you'll notice that, you know, it'd be a little snow town. Girl comes in from big city, meets the guy that used to work in the shop where she worked at when she was younger, and she decides, you know what, I'll help around. And then the two start falling in love and all that stuff. You know, that's a Hallmark classic. You'll find it in like 900 of the movies, especially around Christmas time. But those kind of realities don't exist as much as the one that I described in my 3 reasons why you don't date your coworkers. So I'm gonna give you a real scenario. So one of my friends, he worked at a restaurant, and he will tell you himself that having a relationship with somebody that you work with, it's for the birds. You know, sometimes he would tell me, like, dang man, I kind of wish I hadn't dated this girl while I was out here working. And believe me, he's one of the most stoic people that I know. He doesn't let stuff get to him, but when he started telling me about, you know, him working with this girl was really starting to take a toll on him, I'm like, dude, she's just a coworker. This is how I was in the beginning. I didn't know that he was actually dating her. So he tells me, he's like, dude, I'm actually dating this girl. Like, we actually work together. We've been working together for like 7 months. And I'm like, oh, like, dang, that couldn't have been easy. And so he tells me, he says, no, it's not. Because like at any given time, you know, she could be thinking that I'm flirting with somebody, or I'll be kind of paranoid thinking, man, dude, she over there flirting with some guy. So it kind of makes things hard for him to really kind of suss it all out. So it kind of got me thinking, you know, I probably don't want to engage in that myself. And sure enough, in the industry that I work in, it's a very, very thin line. But I'll give you a scenario of my own in education right after this little commercial. Hey guys, I want to present to you an opportunity to get some enlightenment in your life, whether you're in education, nursing, business, psychology, whatever. This book is geared towards those that want to explore the nursing field, but it's definitely geared towards everybody. Everybody has a place in this book. It's made for all audiences. It's called You Already Won, A Journey Through Education, Nursing, and Mental Health Awareness. This is written by one of my great friends. His name is Dr. Kojo Sarfo, and he is one of the most humble people that I know. I've known him for about 8 years, and ever since he was taking nursing at UWA, one of his goals was always to help people, and to this day, that is still one of his main goals. So go to Amazon. I will leave the link down below. Go to Amazon, get the book. It's $14.99. And you know, you got to pay some shipping and handling unless you got Prime, where you can get the shipping for free. And so, you know, take a look at the book. It's going to allow you to be able to take in some knowledge, take in some information, and basically just learn from one of the best in the field. You know, he's especially high on mental health awareness for the black community, and that's something that we can all get behind. I mean, we want to end the stigma of black people can't be affected by mental health issues. And so I want to introduce a clip from his YouTube channel, particularly his topic that was talking about how he ended up getting into the DNP program that he speaks of quite often in his journey. So let's go ahead and roll that clip.
We're going to talk about how to pick a career in healthcare. So a lot of people, you know, for those who don't know my story, obviously I've spoken about it on YouTube many times, but I'll give you a quick rundown. So, you know, back in high school, I was a fair to awful high school student, had like a 2.6 GPA. I didn't get accepted into any of the colleges in the state of Georgia. I had to go to Alabama. I started all over, right? You know, I got the associate's degree in nursing from West Alabama. Then I got the bachelor's of science nursing degree from Western Governors University. And we had graduation at Disney World in Orlando, so that was pretty cool. And then after that, I went to Augusta University. And y'all know I was living in Augusta for a while, for about 5 to 6 years. And I got my DNP, my doctorate in nursing practice from Augusta University. And at the same time, I was also teaching at Augusta University. So in a nutshell, that's my educational path to where I am today. But, you know, a lot of people ask me, how did you know that you want to do this? How did you know that you want to take the nurse practitioner route and then get your doctorate? Did you know this? Did you know that? And the answer is no, I didn't know any of those things. You know, to tell you the truth, I didn't even know about the DNP degree until, let's see, I started DNP school fall of 2016. I had no idea what the DNP degree was until about early 2016, late 2015.
So there you have it, guys. Dr. Kojo Sarfo, one of the greatest guys that I've known since college. He is truly going to forever be a part of my life and part of the Suave life. And for those of y'all that aren't close to us, you'll never know what that means. So, Dr. Kojo Sarfo, you go, man. Let's get back to the show. Hey guys, I hope you like that. So, do like the video says, and links are down below. But ready to get back into this. I have had several scenarios since I started working as a teacher where I liked a couple of my coworkers, but I went on record and said, you know, I can't date you. I can't put myself in that situation to where I'd mess up a relationship, or she'd mess up the relationship, and then we have to see each other until one of us decides to leave the profession altogether. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, no, I'm not leaving this profession yet. I still got a whole nother some odd years on this track in order to be able to make an impact in education. So it's probably going to be a good idea that I don't put myself in a position to fraternize with my coworkers at that level. Now, granted, I'm close friends with a lot of my female coworkers, but I might even do a little play flirting, but I just can't see myself actually dating a coworker, let alone trying to marry one, because at that point in time, you introduce a universe of problems that could definitely affect your job. It could affect your job. It could affect the way that you go about it. And me, I'm all about the mission. I don't want anything getting in the way of my mission to impact the kids that are involved in my life. So I definitely want to encourage you guys out there that are doctoral students going into education. If you already been through this situation, comment down below or hit my DMs, or share a story of your own. You know, get you a YouTube channel, have me subscribe to it, or even put it on your social media. Tag me in it and tell me your story. You know, give me a story about how you dealt with that. Now, for those of y'all that have not reached that point yet in education, don't go there. Whatever you do, don't go there. Keep it friendly, keep it professional, keep it whatever you have to keep it in order to avoid having to be entangled in a possibly fatal relationship or fatal attraction. Because at the end of the day, your job is meant for just that, your job. You are meant to go out there and make an impact in whatever field that you're working in. And for me, the kids are most important. So, this has been another Silvertongue production. This has been a great season 3. And I'm happy to unveil a little sneak peek trailer for season 4. So, stay blessed, stay silver. So the previous week, like that Tuesday or something, I was basically talking, I was talking to the guys and I was texting on Facebook at the same time. And I was like, man, I kind of want to ask this girl on a date, but I don't know, what if I get turned down like with all the rest of them? It was like, bruh, all she can say is no. And true enough, that really was a thing. And I guess I had to accept it in my mind that no really is the worst answer that you can get. I mean, they can't do anything worse to you other than just tell people like, hey, he tried to ask me on a date. But I was messaging the girl and let's see, I'm gonna call her Anchor because that's one of her favorite, it's one of her favorite symbols. I'll call her an Anchor. So I messaged Anchor on Facebook and I was like, hey, do you want to go on a date this weekend? You know, go see a movie at the cinema and get something to eat later. And it took forever and a day. Like, I was sitting there, like, maybe 10 minutes at the most. But it really felt like forever and a day because I'm sitting here like, oh man, because like I see the little bubbles up there. I'm like, come on, man, dude, like, is she gonna respond or not? And then finally, she says